Nobody tells you how distracting it is to try to set up shots when you're running. It's the worst, but it throws off your pace, throws off your groove. Five and a half, under 9-minute pace. That was the goal. Yeah. Ooh, nice and strong today. Hello and welcome. My name is Nate, and today we have a review, something I've been waiting to do for quite some time. I wanted to make sure I really tested out this piece of gear as much as I could, just to give you as much thorough, in-depth perspective as I can. Today we're talking about the V2 McKinnon collab product. I know this product has been out for a while, so I'm a little late to the game, but I had a few trips with this product. I've had quite a bit of time to spend with it, and I want to let you know whether or not it's worth its steep price point. I'm going to break it down into 4 categories just to make it a little easier to follow. The first category is going to be ergonomics. So how does it fit into my workflow and how does it provide the value of efficiency? The second thing is customization and flexibility. It's pretty self-explanatory, but how much can you kind of customize and cater the bag to meet your individual needs as a videographer? The third one is durability. How does the bag hold up? Have I noticed any fraying or kind of deterioration of any zippers or seals? Last category is comfort. Obviously this is a backpack, you want it to be comfortable. If you're wearing it all the time, carrying a lot of gear, a lot of heavy gear at that, you do want the backpack to be comfortable. So those are the 4 categories I'm going to be kind of rating this backpack on. So let's get into the first category. I have had this bag for probably close to 6 or 7 months now. I have gone on a number of trips with it. I've done some hiking, as well as some kind of camping weekend trips. So I can kind of speak to, I think, most of the functions and values that this bag offers. Before I get into the 4 categories, I do want to let you know this video is not sponsored in any way. It's going to be my unbiased review. I will offer very honest feedback about it. So with that being said, I did get the bag with kind of the full set of the add-ons. So the add-ons being the ND filter case. It's a hard case where you can put your ND filters. Very, very convenient when you have a number of not only filter sizes, but ND types. And it's kind of a hard soft case, so it protects them very nicely. The other thing, I got the kind of the storage cube. In this one, I primarily store any extra batteries for my S1H, as well as additional kind of unique filters for another lens that I have and drone filters. So another useful thing to have. SD card case, super nice because it's magnetic. Gives you that nice, satisfying magnetic snap. And the battery case, again, magnetic. This is where I store my extra XT4 batteries. Last thing that comes in the kind of add-on case is this guy. So as you are all probably already familiar with, since this bag has been out for a while, this is essentially the day pack add-on that you can get. So instead of having to take the full backpack and all of its weight and all of its bulkiness, you can essentially carry this day pack with you if you decide to go out for a day hike. Customize it any which way that you want with these dividers, and essentially you can unzip it, turns into a bag, goes on your shoulders, and you're off to the races. All right, so ergonomics. Ergonomics for me is all about efficiency of my workflow. So if I get a gig or I need to go out and do a shoot any given day or evening, I'm thinking, how many hands do I have and how much gear do I have to take with me and how many trips do I have to make to my car? So the less bags I have, the better. The more stuff I have in one bag, the better. The more room I have in my car, the better. When I'm bringing cables and microphones and a cage and headphones, tripod, maybe 2 tripods, batteries, you're talking about all this kind of stuff that quickly adds weight and takes up a lot of room in a bag, I don't have to worry about that because I've got every confidence that it's all going to fit in one spot, and that's this bag. It's crazy how much room it has. So in that sense, you know, I only have to take 2 bags, this bag, one other bag to a shoot, plus my lighting. That's efficiency. That in my mind really speeds up my workflow and really adds value. All right, so category number 2 is flexibility and customization. Really the only other experience that I had with any sort of camera bags were those kind of like 3-tiered camera bag systems, right? Where you've got kind of an overall main pouch, and then you typically have like these levels, 1, 2, or 3 levels that you can use to kind of, you put up the flaps and you can kind of put your gear in little cubbies and that kind of thing. And that was fine for a while, but I quickly found that if you have any more than 1 camera body, or if you have any more than like 1 lens, if you want 2 lenses, maybe a 3rd lens, it quickly becomes unreliable in the sense that your gear kind of shakes around and like it's not in the same place that where you initially put it, and you maybe can't even store a camera with its lens on in a bag like that, right? Those were kind of some of the worries that I had, and what I didn't want was I didn't want the bag dictating what I wanted to shoot or the options I was wanting to give myself to shoot. When I'm thinking about going to a shoot, when I'm thinking about going out and shooting stock, I want a wide lens for landscape, I want a telephoto, I want maybe 2 bodies so that I can set up a time lapse with 1 camera and do maybe macro video with another while that one's doing that, right? So all of these things kind of play a big part into just how much room you have in your bag. This bag even has a tripod pouch. It's actually one of my favorite features of the bag. Doubles as a water bottle pouch, but essentially this sleeve right here, in goes your tripod, and then this little buckle right here, it says it all. You fit it in, you snap it shut so it doesn't flop around. This can hold a tripod, this can hold a gimbal if you want. This is amazing, and I think this sort of design needs to really be included on a lot more bags in the future. One more note on customization and flexibility is comes with a hip strap. For those of you who are at least used to backpacking, you know that if you've got any amount of weight in your backpack, you definitely need a hip strap because you want all of that weight, or at least the majority of your weight, resting not on your shoulders but on your hips. Straps for your shoulders are really to balance the backpack against your back, but you want your hips to bear the weight and the brunt of that force over a long period of time. So again, I think it speaks to the ingenuity and the fact that they really thought this through from multiple angles on what do we think our users are going to use this bag for, and kind of taking every extreme and working in solutions all across the spectrum. It's amazing. I used this hip strap on one of my most recent hikes in Colorado, and while the backpack was heavy, my shoulders did get sore after a while. I can definitely say that the hip strap was comfortable. I wore it the entire hike and it held up great. All right, so category 3. We're on category 3. Is durability. So durability, obviously, do the materials hold up in harsh environments? Does it hold up in the rain? Do the zippers hold up? Do they get caught? Do the straps start fraying? The handles are nice and squishy and comfortable. Every single piece of material on this bag, including the internals, is top notch. I've got every confidence that regardless of the weather that I'm taking my gear in, it's gonna be safe. It's gonna hold up, it's not gonna get damaged. All right, so last category is comfort. Putting this thing on your back for any amount of time, it's gonna be heavy, it might not be heavy, but either way, you want it to feel good. You want your shoulders to be cared for because your shoulders work hard, you know. If you're going on a hike for an extended period amount of time with a somewhat full backpack, this backpack is not for that, right? It's to give you the most comfort, to protect your gear, and to be the most adaptive to any given kind of shooting situation as necessary. Apart from that specific case though, I would say that it is a comfortable backpack, and it does feel really good and supportive to wear. So I think I've given a lot of high praise to this bag. Do I have any qualms about it? Do I have anything that I would prefer it was done better? I really don't think so. Not about the specific bag itself. I think it is a absolutely well-designed product. They definitely had the creator in mind, and so I think for the bag specifically, I don't have any suggestions. I don't have anything that I would change. It's a great bag. I think the only thing that I would maybe tweak a little bit is one of the add-ons, and that's the day bag. I think that this day bag, I've definitely used it a lot less than I originally anticipated. The benefit of this bag, I think, also kind of plays to maybe its weakness. I think by itself, it definitely works as a day pack, but I think that it would just be nice to just have a bit more support, again, in the straps and in the upper back. But as far as the fabric goes, I think it's a great solution. It would keep your gear somewhat dry, and I think it does its job well. Well, I hope this video was valuable for you. If it was, feel free and leave a comment. I'd love to interact with you. Look forward to next week's video. We're finally unveiling the official S1H review. I've been waiting on this video for quite some time. It'll be good. It'll be good. I've got some really good thoughts about this camera, and eventually I do want to pit it against the X-T4. So stay tuned for that. If you are new to the channel, please consider liking and subscribing, maybe turning on notifications. It really does help the channel out. It will be much appreciated. So with all that in mind, I will see you all in the next video. Cheers.